Hi, this is Mauvu doing your feedback. If you have any questions, just ping me in your thread. I feel like I feel like you already knew where it was before you did those two scans. Like I don't know. I guess that's just me. Maybe just like being more confident in your map list, especially when it's close. It's very easy to identify the chunks from far away. And then just a little bit more micro stuff. Um, Obviously, I like upping the render distance um, at this point. In RSG, though, you want to up it directly after looting the chest, like with a settings change, just so that the world is loaded in, like, um, like the whole time you're going back to the trees, so you can just get the information like sooner. And then also on this like little pathing you do over to your trees, you don't really utilize third person to try and look around at the ocean more to try and like find close enters. Um, and then this is just like I don't really know what to call it. I guess just like an awareness thing, but you're blowing up through trees. You don't need to elevate. Like it just doesn't do anything for like. Well, it does do something. Like it blows up more wood and stuff, but like you've already reached the like critical point of how many like logs you're getting because you're blowing up through trees. So like yeah, like 10 logs is the same as 12 in pretty much every single run. So I liked the overall island pathing you did there. Like in a vacuum, you looted like you looted the BT and you came up on one side of the island, um, and then you went to the trees and then you went to the other side of the island. So like you covered like you had the ability to check the whole ocean during your like fully overlapped like movement in your island routing, but yeah, just like the one problem was we didn't really look around that much on the way to the trees initially, so it was kind of like it wasn't the most efficient scouting of the ocean. Like if we didn't get an enter on this side of the island, we would have been like we wouldn't have known where to go on the other side of the island for the enter, if that makes sense. So did we F3C there? These aren't F3C messages, so I don't know all the languages, but yeah. It's just generally good to just F3C on every enter, just out of muscle memory. Like, there's no time loss to do it, and it's always, well, it's not always, but it's like occasionally gonna save your run, or like, well, you'll still be able to find your home portal eventually, hopefully, but like, it's just gonna save time sometimes. I thought we were going for, okay, I assumed we were going for like top down here or something, because we took the higher terrain. I haven't really been paying attention to the exact terrain. Like, I'll go off what you have to make the decision here. So, like, we see it there, terrain to the right. It's lava floor housing. Yeah, I don't know. Top down's definitely safer, but like, um, yeah, I think it's ambiguous on what you should do here. Like, you could certainly go for both. Like, if it was like if the terrain was obstructed out the back of the bastion and you couldn't do the back of housing pearl up to the top chest, I think top down would definitively be better. But on manhunt here, you can just do that pearl. You have, I think it was 6 salmon, so like tanking the damage isn't a problem because you've got a lot of food. Yeah, I'm surprised we went through all that dirt already. Which, yeah, I must have missed that. But yeah, why did we only have 32 dirt? Okay, yeah, we don't pick up that stack there, and then 16 drops in the water. I mean, yeah, kind of scammed by the like the water pool because like that removes the amount of dirt that you get, but like, yeah, you should be trying to, I guess, in to go back to like this TNT stuff. The way I try and do it is I try and do one big circle, or like a horseshoe shape, or just some kind of like looping motion to go around and pick up everything I need. And I'll like, obviously I won't go to the seeds, but like I'll go from like, I'll get to the outside and then loop through everything to make sure I pick it all up. But like, yeah, we're kind of just a little bit just like reacting to everything. Like, it's not very, what am I trying to say? Like, I guess what I'm really trying to say is like, it's always better if you can have this like formulated like route on how to do something. Like, obviously in like a bastion, for example, like you'd rather have a bastion route than just like improvise every time. So it's that's like the same thing that's happening here. Like, you can kind of like pre-route um picking up your items with just like this sort of like mental like thought process of how you should do it on most of the time. And like, yeah, the way I do it is I go in F5 to make sure I can like see where all of my wooden dirt drops. Like, I just like, I'm paying attention for that when the TNT explodes, and I like try and walk in a like a non-backtracking sort of path to get it. And then I'm also, while the TNT is exploding, I'm the one thing I'm thinking about at that point, um, along with like inventory management, is where I'm trying to go to after leaving the island, and or well, not leaving the island, but after leaving the TNT, and in that case, it's over here. So you kind of want to try and plan that in to your like movement. All of this is like super micro stuff. Anyway, like to the we were like just entering bottom housing, I think. I mean, that lava's always one deep, so you could have just jumped across and used the gravel to like place on that, or like run on gravel you place. Um, yeah, I think me personally, I know like these guys are line of sight aggroed and they won't follow me after this breaking, after they like lose line of sight. So I think I would open this chest, loot it, because I know I'm not going to get killed by any sword guys because there's pigman right here. Um, and then I put on armor, and then they lose their line of sight aggro. I run over, punch them, and that still gets the full aggro on every guy. Um, So then, yeah, you get those two extra pigs. Well, they might get like blocked by the pigmen, but at least you can still get them potentially. And then, like, side benefit, your inventory's not as cluttered because you haven't picked up the junk out of the chest. Yeah. I noticed we did miss the eat, but it was like mid bastion route, so it's like kind of. I never really feel like obviously when you've got like a ton of food, you don't need to worry as much about this, but like it's just so much to keep track of all the time. Like I feel like it's not the most like it's a pretty forgivable mistake, I'd say. Like it's not a thing you should be worrying about like as like top thing you need to improve on. That's it. But it is like we missed the eat. Oh, and I mean if we're going to eat in Manhunt housing, like the place you route it in is like when you're running under this, you can like sprint jump over, well, like like you do head hits as well. You're chucking your food under this, and you place blocks against it to like lengthen it out. Well, I hope you understand what I mean, but like you place a few extra blocks along on this block and then one on that to like extend how far the head hitters go, so you can like have enough time to place blocks here, but like that's more relevant on lava housing, but you should just do that on any like manhunt if you've got the like mechanical ability. But all right, sorry, I keep going back. There's like things I keep like missing, and I realize too late. Um. Oh, and yeah, with break not breaking, making the trading hole in manhunt housing. There's a slight optimization you could do here. Like you break that block, place the block here, throw the gold, and then break the top block to let the guys in, because basically they're like pace locked on how fast they can start trading by they have to wait for the gold to have been dropped for I think it's half a second or 1 second before any piglins can pick it up to start bartering. So you just want to throw it out earlier so they can start bartering like that bit sooner. It's just a micro time save that's it's not difficult at all to do, so you may as well do it. Yeah, this is why I don't like leaving this chest for later. Like, I don't know, just like if you do manhunt housing correctly and nothing goes wrong, like you very rarely have like that much overlap time. Um, and it's usually better spent uh pre-crafting a bed. Like you'd rather just loot this chest earlier, pre-craft your bed, and like iron axe, iron sword, and palang, while your trader's like finishing up instead of having to loot this chest. Like this run is like a little bit different in the fact that we've got TNT and a diamond sword, so none of those crafts are relevant. So the only thing that we would need to do is what do you call it? Pearl hanging, and also getting the direction of the fortress, but that would take like 5 seconds on the seat because it's fully open out the back. Um, but yeah, like you can also get like extra gold um, from this chest to give to piglins before you uh like while you're pillaring up to the backup blocks. You can throw out like the gold you get from that chest, and they start trading already. It's just like good overlap. yeah, so I think this is just a misplay. Like, if you don't know the back of Housing Pearl, um, you should definitely learn it. But assuming we do know it in this run, like, you just do you do your like pyre on the like on the corner outside, like out the back of this wall. You cross a chunk border and then go right if you haven't already got the spawner, and then you can get the direction of the fortress, and then you send your pearl up to the top of housing, um, and then if the fortress is out back, then you pearlang immediately. If not, then you go to the you loot the chest for 20 obby, and then you pearl out. The reason I'm saying like if it's out back, you pearlang immediately is because like that's the most like optimal place to do it. Like it's better to pearl out going backwards from the housing, like from the initial landing of the back housing pearl, compared to like when you finish looting the chest, because it's like the whole back of the ramparts in the way. Alright, I mean, no, I still agree with like even though it's semi-low pearls, I still agree with doing the back of housing pearl. It's just such a good time save. Like it's worth the pearl, I think. Yeah, I think you don't throw any more pearls going to the fortress. Like you just use soul speed here. Yeah, and you should be lowering RD when you're getting in range of the. Like you shouldn't be waiting to actually get the advancement. You should just be lowering your render when you're getting close to it. Yeah, like this. But you should be trying to do it sooner than that. I think you've got a comfortable amount of strays uh, to play dynamic on this. You should still be trying to get the block entity spike for the spawner. Like you should at least be checking for it, because like it's just free straight or like free blazes if you find it. But okay, yeah, this is super free now. Like I already thought what you had here was pretty good. Like you have very easy withers to deal with, because you could just punch them off the side on this. Like there's no terrain next to the fortress that's going to let them back on. And you had several blazes up there, so I felt like maybe you should have gone up, because like the rest of the fortress kind of looks a bit buried. So you ideally, especially with 20 obby, you want to be blinding in open terrain. But we play for this. I'm assuming we hear these guys, which like is, I think it's justifiable to go for them because of that. And then we just go like, it's just like good RNG, like it's just like nice stray spawns, and the spawners are right here. Okay, so like for dealing with this guy, you should have just finished this blaze off, ran up the spawner, and then placed 3 gravel all along one of these steps, so the guy can follow up behind you, and then you jump past him. You probably like crit him on that jump as well as you run past him, so he's a 1-tap for later when he catches up with you, because you'd run past him up to these other blazes and kill them, and then he'd catch up with you, and then you'd be able to finish him off instantly. And then you're at the spawner like just faster. Yeah, I don't hate this like blaze pathing here. Like it was more of a consistency play to like make yourself finish at the spawner, so that if you have to play for more rods because you get unlucky on blaze drops, like then you're like in the right position, compared to like if you're just trying to kill um, all these blazes as quickly as possible, you would go to the spawner first and then come for these guys later, because like it's just faster to build your portal in this situation compared to like in the spawner. Um, and I think there's just less backtracking in that path as well. But yeah. We're doing pre-crafts. I mean, I guess because Diamond Sword, we haven't done any of the like woolen glowstone crafts. Like we're gonna throw one pearl here, presumably, and then yeah, I feel like that wasn't a like I feel like we should have tried to judge the pearl a little bit more. Like you F3C here. This is less than 40 blocks, but like I mean I don't know. Like, are we trying to push the pace for sub 8, or like are we just playing for consistency? Like it's just more subjective like decision making, I think, because if you're playing for just consistency, you play for the like higher Y elevation for the better chance at actually hitting the stronghold. But if you're playing for pace, then you just pearl to where you think cores are, so you can send the under lava portal, and then also with that pearl to chords, like, or pearl to the like under lava, then you don't have to worry about clutching on the side, so you can just craft your glowstone wall with that. Yeah, so you can use your boat to get out of situations like that a little bit faster by just like placing the boat and getting in it before it burns. Um, yeah, I don't know if this is just like ranked like muscle memory, but we should be pausing 30 FOV and then doing our preemptive immediately, because like we're doing our preemptive now, the mob cap's been filled up, like, and we don't get it. I do like the looking up there while we do our preemptive to like minimize the amount of like mobs that are being looked at while we do our scan. But yeah, the point still stands, like you do want to start your preemptive immediately. Like it's just to minimize the amount of mobs that are spawned in that can mess you up. Um, and then just like same thing with, well, it's not like the same thing, but like with these rescans, like we check for the spike. I'd like to see a like a quick left to right and right to left to kind of pinpoint where the spike is exactly on like the angle relative to you, because like it could have been like more left or right, and all we know is that it's like right in front of us. Or like, well, we don't know it's right in front of us, we know it's being rendered when we're looking straight ahead. If like there's a difference between that, like technically at this point, the chunk which has the portal room could have been being rendered on this like far left of the screen, and it's like over, like the portal room's over here somehow, and we just don't know that because we're not like trying to like re-gauge our angle to the portal room. Um, and then in those like 2x2 crafts, you should make your sticks there as well. Um, it's just so that you like like it's always going to be on the first page. Like you can just go wool, glowstone, sticks. As we're gonna, okay, no bow. I just don't like it. Like it takes like 1 second extra to craft, and it just saves more time than that. So unless you're inconsistent with it, then I guess. But like that just means you need to practice bow zero more. Does it fly or something? That's kind of rough. I felt like you. Okay, now that is a little bit early. But I didn't think it would have broken. I feel like that's just doesn't feel uh like it should have broken there. But yeah, on this offset setup, I like to do multi-block, like a multi-block setup for the first bed in particular, just because you can get more knockback on the dragon with it. But that's just me. Like it's still, you can still 5-bet it um with the setup you're doing here. So yeah. Um, let's just go back to the boat down. So, yeah, so I mean, not really relevant here because like you're just trying to get to the fountain as fast as possible to like set up your obby. But like when you're boating down from the zero towers after you've killed the dragon, you want to place your boat on top of a soul sand block so that it has no chance of breaking when it hits the floor. Because the soul sand block is only 7/8 the height of a full block. Oh, yeah. Just stand on the correct side. Like it does mean that like you have a small chance at getting like some weird like diagonal or east-west perch when you have if you have to run across like from one side to the other when you're setting up obby like that. But like just stand on the right side for the damage and like not flipping the dragon. Like just guessing the perch is long here. Feel like you can wait long, like obviously like you pearl for the perch, right? But like you could have waited for the snap. Like sometimes it just baits the perch, like, and it just looks like it's going to perch, and then it just doesn't, and then you just pearl to bed for no reason. Like it's more of more relevant in ranked, but like you could have just waited on the pearl there a little bit and still have plenty of time. Yeah, good 4-bed considering, or 3-bed 1 anchor, considering it was wrong side RB. Yeah, as far as like over like throughout the whole run, sort of like themes, I'd say I don't think there's anything like super like obvious as far as like consistent like gameplay decision type mistakes. I'd say it's more just like you just like don't have all the updated tech on what to do in all these situations, I'd say. So like, and I mean there's no real like way to fix that, is there? Like you just have to like keep like being involved in like the community and stuff to like keep up to date with tech. Like and no matter how hard you like try to like stay like in the loop and whatever, you can't like learn everything because you just won't hear about it. Like there's just yeah, but yeah, like there's just a lot of just like stuff in the Bastion that I mentioned earlier. That's just like there's no real consolidated resource to learn all the stuff, but like the Bastion server's good at least, and so is Strats Exchange Archive. I think C. That's good as well. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything, just ping me in your thread. And yeah, thanks for sending in the round.